We're going to head out now to the 8th Street Music Garden. Andy, getting a lesson in some vertical farming.
That's right. But before we talk about that, one of the great things about growing your own vegetables or your own herbs is you know exactly what's in it. That's the papalo plant. It's awesome. Use it a lot in, I believe, Spanish and Mexican cuisine. Anyway, the whole point of this is no matter how little space you might have living in the city, you can still do some of your own growing. And Cultivate the City is really spearheading that effort here in the city, and they want you to make the most of your space. So thank you so much for joining us this morning. Talk to me a little bit about, well, we'll get to that in a second. What do you guys do?
Yeah, so we're Cultivate the City. We're an urban agriculture company here in Washington, D.C. And, we seek to revitalize a lot of the underutilized spots in D.C. where they might have gone abandoned and vertically farming them. So instead of traditional farming where you grow out, we grow up so you can harvest more and more often.
I love it. I mean, and if we look over here, okay, you can see you have basil, we have Swiss chard, but exactly how is this growing?
Yeah, so this is a pretty rudimentary system. A lot of people see this and are kind of scared because it has so many parts, but there's a reservoir to the bottom right. The water is sent up a pump, down drippers through all of these tubes where there's a fabric that collects all of the water that has nutrients that you would typically find in soil, but is now in the water. So it's force fed to the plants and just recirculates constantly.
And here's the neat thing about it. I mean, this stuff looks very vibrant, totally healthy. And the fabric he was talking about, it's right here. So you can take a look at this. So literally, can you do a quick demo here? Show us how this works?
Yeah, of course. So these are all recycled materials because we're all about sustainability here at Cultivate the City. So you just take your little mint clone, you'd pop it right onto that fabric, you'd close the fabric lid, slide it into our little plastic slot like you see up on the wall, and then you can just plug it in, take it to the market, chop off some fresh basil or mint for a client.
I love it. And then the other option is that we just have like this, I mean, it's a strawberry tower that actually has strawberries on it right now.
Yeah, and it's pretty cold today, so that's quite a feat for most people, especially for farmers. But, if you're not about the more advanced science part, you can always just stack towers vertically like that and allow for more useful resource, like you won't waste as much water or fertilizer because now you're collecting it and you can grow like 4 times as many strawberries in one spot.
All right, here's a cool thing too. Now, if some of this seems a little too complicated and maybe you don't have a green thumb at all, I'm thinking of myself here. Right here, AeroGarden. I mean, you can get this. It's really just add water and add some plants, and you're going to have this year round. Now, when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the things that you can start growing right now. Yes, there's planting that can be done right now. We're going to learn about that a little bit later on.